So
Ooh,
yeah,
peri chicken. Oh wow.
yeah, very nice ones. Yeah.
Ooh,
So,
that sounds. I've never had peri chicken before. That sounds delicious.
oh right. Well,
No,
yeah,
I just don't go near. I don't touch them because the moment I open up
I know.
that can, it's just that's it. It's game over.
Well, Pringles are a food scientist's dream.
Yes,
Okay,
true.
commercially, because they make millions from
Oh man,
Pringles.
and it costs him. It costs
And
him
I know
almost.
I cannot afford to eat one Pringle.
Yeah, I'm the
Seriously,
same. Yeah,
because I have to eat the whole thing.
yeah.
Yes,
That's it. Yeah,
yeah. So anyway, right, we
it's
better keep going.
it's addictive.
Yeah. Okay. Welcome to the Health Angle. The Health Angle is part of healthierlife.tv, and we're going to be talking about energy today and the 10 ways to boost your energy in 10 minutes or less.
Ah, fantastic.
Yeah. So quickies in a way. There's going to be
Quickies.
quickies. Yeah. We've got 10 minutes.
Haven't had a quickie in a while. That would be good.
Let's not go down this route. Okay. Right.
This is about health, right? After all. So
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
nothing
it
wrong
is.
with
Yeah.
that.
Well, that is healthy. Anyway,
Yeah.
my question to everyone, to you as well, Warren, is how are your energy levels?
Yeah. I've just had some ice cream. Shh, don't tell anybody. So my
That's
energy
cool.
levels are buzzing right now.
Look. Hang on. There's a few Spartans out there, all right? A few Trojans, but most people cheat. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I just think it's better if you admit it. Okay. And admit it and just be accountable so that whoever watches this then can feel pretty, I don't know, confident
Or
that
at least okay. At least
yeah,
okay.
well, okay, we all cheat, like everyone cheats.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't mind. I don't feel any guilt about it at all. I don't have no. It's at the end of the day, it's there to be eaten and enjoyed. I just make
Yeah,
I just make
absolutely.
light. I make light of it.
Yeah.
Something I learned last week, and this is a bit of a digression, but this can actually be. It can actually lend to what we're talking about too,
Well, I'm sure it can.
because what I heard a teacher on this course that I'm doing. It's a healing course, which you know about, Paul. I've mentioned it to you,
Yeah.
and he talks about your relationship with food. Now there's that term, your relationship with food. But it's like, what is your relation? If you're about to go eat a bowl of ice cream, or you're about to have a double Whopper, double cheese, extra spread sauce, whatever the fact may be, with double portion fries, and you're going to look at it that as being heart attack material, and you're going to feel guilty about it, then that's what it's going to do to you. But if you look at that burger as this is going to be a delicious treat, and it's still going
As I
to
do.
and it's still going to do good for my body no matter what, then that's what it's going to do for your body, because it's all about this. Yeah, it's all about your perception of what you have in your life. So, it was quite a. I mean, I've heard, obviously in my field, you hear about your relationship with food coming up on a fairly regular basis, but I've never heard somebody put it quite the way that he put it. And so he's an elderly man, and he's got he's got no issues with having a double cheeseburger, because as he says, it's I have a good relationship with the food that I'm eating.
Yeah.
I honor the food that I'm eating, and I know that it's going to do my body good no matter what I put in my system. As long
Yeah,
as I don't.
listen, I must be pretty good then, because I say that every day. I love food.
Yeah.
I honour it. I actually get down and bow to it because I love it so much. So
my energy is pretty good, thank you.
Okay, right. So my next question, and the same goes for anyone else that listens to this, whether it's now or later on the replay, is: have you ever suffered from chronic tiredness? Have you ever suffered?
Oh yeah. When I had adrenal fatigue.
Okay, yeah, that's what we spoke about before, wasn't it?
Yes.
And not very good, is it?
Not nice.
Now, does anybody? Now, we're not talking about. There's a way of sleeping during the day, which we'll talk about. We all know what that is, but has anyone fallen asleep during the day? I'll put my hands up to when I've been in a classroom type of thing, and
Oh
even as an adult, cinema gets a bit warm, and I always fall asleep. It's just the way it is. If the temperature's good, then I'm fine. Okay.
yeah. Okay.
And it also depends what you're watching and what you're listening to as well. Because if it is capturing your imagination, like I went on a course the other day, and it was about nutrition, and basically the course was so interesting. The speaker was brilliant. It didn't bat an eyelid. You just stayed awake. The level energy was high, so that has something to do with it as well. So I can imagine people falling asleep on here. But that's okay. That's okay. We're still learning our trade. So, but yeah.
Just quickly, can you hear this? Tell me if you can hear this.
No, I can't.
We have a nice storm going on outside here.
Oh, I see. I know I'm getting old.
It's a nice thunderstorm, and it's
okay. So what time? Go on. Sorry.
I know exactly what you're saying, and I can fall asleep while I'm working at the computer. Sometimes I just put my head. I get so tired that if I close my eyes, I feel like I'm dizzy. So I just put my head back, and 10 minutes later, I wake up and I'm wired.
It's funny you say that, because somewhere here in the great sprawling. Oh no, right, it's my extras, but I'll go to my extras first, and that is power naps.
Yes.
Power naps are. If you look through history, there's a lot of famous people have done power naps. Now, there's also something called NASA naps. Have you ever heard of that?
A NASA nap.
NASA nap. Now, they're Pacific naps that the astronauts used to take when they're in space. They were 26 minutes in length. Okay. And what they found when they came out, and I've made some notes here for it. Everything, their attention, their performance increased by something like 35 to 56%.
Let me guess. They were able to levitate.
Oh, no idea, mate. So look, I last time I saw the space.
There is zero gravity.
Listen, last time I saw the space program.
the
I know you are. Listen, the last time I saw the space program, they were landing on the moon.
Right? Oh, wow.
That's the last time I watched it, 1969.
Oh, wow.
So shows you how old I am.
You must have been.
I was 2. Okay.
Okay.
I was 14.
Right.
I was 14.
Yeah.
Right?
So now, how fascinating was that for you? I've never spoken to somebody before that's actually watched that. How fascinating was that for you?
At the time, yeah, it was good, because nothing ever had happened like that before, and because they did have sort of sci-fi things on, so I suppose it all links in with that. And what was the robot? I can't remember now. Oh, Lost in Space.
Oh yes,
yes. So it was a bit more realistic, I've got to say. So okay, so when we want to get some energy, what do we normally grab? What would you
sugar
as a general basis? Sugar. For the Americans, it's called candy. For us, it's called Mars bars, sweets, things like that. Yeah, you're right. And caffeine is one of them. Now, there's some differing thoughts about caffeine. We know it gives you energy. There's no doubt about it. Okay. But whether it's good or bad for you. Now, I actually think in reasonable moderation, it's good for you. Would you say that?
Yeah, I'd definitely say that. And I'm gonna go as far as saying that if you were to have a black coffee, no sugar, prior to training or first thing in the morning, even on an empty stomach, some people can handle it. Not everybody can handle it on an empty stomach. Okay.
Yeah.
If you can have that, that's going to boost your energy. So it's because it's a natural diuretic. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's going to increase your metabolism, boost your energy, fire the oxygen in your body and everything up, and the blood flow and all that. Now, but if you have coffee after you've trained, for example, in order to boost your energy, it doesn't work quite the same way.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
But there are two downsides for that. One is that you're always chasing for the rest of the day to make sure you get enough nutrients. And the other thing is, being a diuretic, it takes your water away.
Yes.
Same as tea does. So you've got to be taking lots of fluid on as well. So it's not just
Which is, there's nothing wrong with that in any case. You should be doing that in any case, whether you're drinking tea or coffee or not.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's talk about low levels of energy here. There's several ways of looking at this. One is that you just feel a bit tired, a little bit down, a little bit run down. You know, that's fine because it happens to most people. I must admit, I've got to the stage now where I don't have any dips at all now.
Okay, lovely.
You know, and I've done that before, but there was only a little short while ago when I started to have little dips in the afternoon, like the old biorhythms were cutting in. But if you eat the right things, you don't get those. You know, you don't get them.
And also, your sleep needs to be regular. Your sleep.
That's right. Regular. Okay, so I know we speak about this all the time, but you know, but the sleep bit today is about the power nap. But I go to bed at reasonably the same time every night, and I'm up at 5 every morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I see it makes such a difference.
It does
on your performance when you're going out for a run, when you're actually doing things, you're alive, you're bang on target with everything. And in fact, it's so good you get everything done by about 9 o'clock in the morning. What do I do now for the rest of the day? So it's, you know, there's always good things you can do. But what I'm saying is, it becomes great. But the other thing is with poor energy really doesn't cut it for an elite athlete. Okay, so an elite athlete will not start with a cup of coffee in the morning. Okay, generally speaking. All the ones I've spoken to all have breakfast. Most entrepreneurs I know start with a breakfast. Maybe that's because it feels good. Maybe it's because all the people they're being masterminded with and talking to all say the same thing. There's very few people say don't have breakfast. Now I know there's these people that can stay up all night and
there is the school,
morning, but you know
there is the school. Which relates to your intermittent fasting, and I've practiced it myself.
Yeah,
on 2 occasions, and both times, one was for 6 months, and the other was for around about somewhere between 4 to 6 months, where I practiced it all the time. But I did it slightly different each time.
Yeah.
Okay. The first time I did it every day, intermittent fasting every day. The second time I did it every second day. Okay, which is kind of safer for somebody once you're over the age of 40. It's kind of safer to do intermittent fasting every second day.
Yeah.
But I found when I do intermittent fasting, my energy levels are so high. So now I'm not eating until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But I'm fueling my body up the night before. So in the night, because I have an 8-hour window in which I can eat. So I'm fueling my system up in the evening. So even if I'm fasting the very next day, I can fast and my body still has that fuel, but my energy levels are so much higher because my body's cleaner. The energy's cleaner. So for getting up in the morning, focused, driven, motivated, it's pure. There's
okay. So you what time do you get up in the morning?
Then I'd get up at about 6 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. So how does it work then? Do you drink anything?
Yeah, I drink like black coffee, lemon, apple cider vinegar, tea, water, that kind of stuff. That's what I drink. So
Okay.
Black coffee, no sugar, tea, apple cider vinegar with lemon juice or water, and I'm drinking that. So
on a normal day, you'd have the meal at midday or 1 o'clock.
Yeah, depending on what time I finished eating the night before.
Intermittent fasting, you don't have anything to eat at all then.
Yeah, nothing. Well, nothing to eat in about, you're looking at a 16-hour window.
Ooh. Okay.
And this is the key. Yeah, people think you can fast for like, I don't know, 10, 11, but it's once you reach like 14 hours of actual fasting, that's when it becomes critical to your results, is around that 14-hour window. So I then fast for 16 hours and then I eat for 8 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might have a go at it.
It's amazing.
I must admit, my energy levels are high. I don't do any intermittent fasting, and I've got it off to a reasonably fine art at the moment for me.
Good.
But I might try it. But I think once you're happy with what you're doing, because the problem is, I mean, there are a lot of people out there who are energy levels are really low. Obviously, there's many reasons, but anyway, this is about the 10 ways to boost it. So let's zip through them. What we got first? My one was eat your breakfast, but
yeah,
you've got to find You've got to find what works for you. What
Gotta
really
listen to
works
your
for you,
body.
not because you can't be bothered, but actually really what works for you, and you've got a high energy level. And if you can do it Warren's way, and then great, then that's fantastic. As long as you're not cheating yourself and not having the nutrients that you need during the times you're eating.
Exactly.
And that's,
so there is a strategy towards it, Paul. If you're not fueling your system up the night before, it's like people fool themselves. Like, oh, I don't have breakfast in the morning and I don't eat until lunchtime, so I'm fasting. No, you're not fasting.
No.
Because what are you having for lunch, and what did you eat the night before? Yeah, your body doesn't have the fuel it needs.
No, that's right. No, I agree there.
Yeah.
So, okay, yeah. So what else was I going to say on that? There was something
I have
else.
no
Oh,
idea.
I know. Yeah. So what are the symptoms of low energy? Yeah.
Drowsiness.
Yeah.
Anxiety. Confusion.
Impaired decision making.
Impaired decision making. Yeah.
Irritability. Mood.
Yes.
So it's important. Whatever you do, you've got to be happy with and understand what you're doing, and make it work for you. So number one was eat your breakfast. Now, for me, that was an easy question. Again, it goes to it. Would you rather have bulletproof coffee in the morning on its own?
Ooh, I used to do bulletproof coffee.
Yeah, or would you rather have 2 poached eggs on a nice sourdough wholemeal bread, right, with strawberries and avocado? All right, now, yeah, I mean, I think everyone on here should actually try it and find out.
Yeah, you see, if I just look at the science behind what you just mentioned, 2 fried eggs, sourdough bread, strawberries,
poached eggs.
Poached eggs.
That's
fine. Poached eggs, sourdough bread, strawberries, and avocado. If I just think of the science behind that and the molecules that are in the foods that you're eating all together, that spells, I don't know, for me, that's maybe, as you say, for you it works. And this is the beauty of
I've never had it.
Oh, okay.
I found it on my research and I thought that sounds wonderful. So that's why I bounce it to you, so you can then knock me down with a sledgehammer.
No.
I'm cool with it. I mean, I don't mind. But
okay, if you look at avocado, it's a fat, healthy omega fat, right?
Yeah.
Then you've got eggs, which is again protein and healthy fats, and that healthy fats.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're having that with bread. Now, sourdough bread is fantastic because it helps in and stuff like that. In saying this, it's still a carbohydrate. So what you're doing is, and then you're having strawberries, which is sugar, with fiber. So what you're doing is you're opening up all those fat cells. It goes back to your banana and your protein bar, your nuts and protein bars. You're opening up the fat cells in the body, so that all they're doing is they're absorbing all that healthy fat rather than allowing that healthy fat to do the goodness that it's meant to do. Yeah. So, and I love avocado spread with some chili sauce or peri peri sauce with Worcester sauce and a bit of ground black pepper spread all over a piece of toast or bread. I love that, but
but Warren, you know that I know how your mind works, you see, and that's how I pick things that I know you'll pick apart. See? Okay, second thing, I've never done yoga. Okay, now yoga is supposed to be brilliant for energy. So you've done yoga, haven't you, Warren?
Yeah, my wife is a yogi.
Would you recommend it?
Definitely, 100%.
Okay.
Look, Ryan Giggs played professional football top flight football to the age of what, 42,
Yeah.
and he does yoga every day. So that's got to tell you something.
Yeah. I think, it's, yeah, I think that I know, having been around footballers for many, many years, since I was about 8, I know that lifestyle is not the biggest thing on their agenda.
No.
Maybe with the days now, the professional football now, maybe it is, because there's a lot more scientific stuff goes into it now. But I know in the 70s and 80s, it was about how many pints of beer you could drink.
Yeah, I remember that.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
So, but
I remember doing club rugby practice. After a practice game, you just hit the nearest keg, and you just place your head underneath the keg, and you just open up the tap.
Yeah.
That was rugby in my day.
Okay, so yoga. Right, yoga's
yeah.
number 2. Okay, 3. Very quickly on some of these, because you can work this out for yourself. What is the most uplifting bit of music that you love? It could be absolutely anything. If you want to, and you should be taking lots of breaks during the day anyway, regardless of what you're doing. Stick it on. Stick it on. Cheer yourself up. Even cheering yourself up can, it might be giving you mental energy, but it is another form of energy. And
if you have the ability to concentrate with music in the background, do that.
I love doing that. I love doing that.
That lifts you up as well.
I put the Ibiza stuff on, the chill.
Nice.
In the background.
Nice.
And I can write to that as well and everything. So dehydration, obviously, we know that would have got a drink. We talk about this all the time. How do you check as if your hydration's working? You're not dehydrated. Well, I can tell you, check when you go to the loo, and it will tell you everything. Okay, so
okay, but so you say that, but many people really don't know what that is. They don't. Is your urine yellow or not?
Well, the clearer normally, the better.
Yes.
Now, if you've had a lot of vitamin C, it's not going to be clear. Okay. However, there is another way of telling, and that would be the smell.
Yes, that's another one. Yeah.
You'll know. Look, you go to the loo every day. You'll be able to tell. Okay. So just pay attention to it. Number 5, go absolutely nuts. Okay. Have a fistful of nuts. What have you got? Nuts that you like?
Yeah.
Which ones?
Almonds, cashews, walnuts.
Oh, they're the first 3 of mine.
Peanuts.
Yeah. So
we're very blessed. We have a package-free shop just up the road from us.
Yeah. That's good.
And they make fresh peanut butter. So it's peanuts in a machine.
They make fresh nuts.
And it comes straight out of the machine as a peanut butter. It's beautiful.
Yeah. So, okay, what's the next one? Have you ever tried cinnamon sticks?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have.
Tell me what you know about cinnamon sticks.
I don't know much, but when we went to Sri Lanka, they told us about this, and we went to a cinnamon mine. And they told us about the benefits of chewing on cinnamon sticks. I think it's kind of like, it has a similar effect like coca leaf. If you chew on coca leaf, you get this kind of, it's not a buzz, but it's very minimal but it just lifts your energy levels up, kind of, and also almost like guarana. Guarana is the same. If you chew on guarana, it gives you this kind of lift. It's a natural energetic lift. So yeah, but I think again, cinnamon sticks depends on if it's hot, what type of cinnamon sticks you get, because a lot of the cinnamon sticks you get today are not naturally grown. It's like onions and not onions, garlic. You get garlic from China. It's not natural. It's a lot of it's synthetically done.
It's like a lot of their things.
Yeah, they just they've integrated into their food.
Sorry, the Chinese. I don't have to do trade deals with you or anyone else. So. But some people do. So just moving on quickly then. Sunshine. These are 2. Sunshine and movement.
Oh man.
You know, I love being out in the sunshine, but it hasn't got to be sunny for you to get the benefit of the sun.
No, it
You
doesn't have to.
can't-
It can be cloudy.
Yeah. So it is an energy boost, believe it or not.
Oh,
And
yes.
as is the other one I said. Sorry. You know, moving, exercising, anything. Just keep moving. I mean, look, so many people either sit in front of a desk all day, or they sit in the evening. They sit in front of the telly. So, you know, mix and match it a bit. You know, keep on the move. If you work in an office, try standing up working.
Yes, that's what I do. I do
Just-
very often. I do
You
often.
can get special tables to do that.
Uh-huh.
So
Well, and to soften the load on your knees and stuff like that, you
yeah,
get these. There's these kind of stools that you get. They like a pogo stick almost with a
yeah.
seat on it, and you
Oh,
can sit on it, and the seat swivels to accommodate your hips.
so,
But then you're standing in a standing position basically. You're just supporting your backside.
yeah,
Or you
yeah.
can get, like what I do is I use those soft balance discs, the ones that have got the little nodes on them. So
All
you can
right.
put your feet on it, and what it does is it works on the acupressure
Oh,
point.
yeah.
But it's not challenging. It's quite fun actually. And you're keeping your feet close together. So what you're doing is you're engaging your glutes and your hip muscles. So you're actively working those hip muscles and the glutes in a posture where you're not used to working them. And it's
Is
great.
that why they have these things that machines you get on and they go like that? Is that would that be similar?
Oh, you mean like the vibrating machines?
Yeah.
No,
Would they
it's
be
very
similar?
different. Very
Oh,
very
right. Okay.
different.
All right.
Very different. Yeah.
Okay.
Those were actually used, Paul.
Go on.
Those machines were developed. Those machines were developed by the Russians during the space age race, during the
All right.
space race. They were
Yeah.
developed to help the cosmonauts to maintain muscle mass in space. Those machines originally,
All right.
and then
Okay.
well, not those machines, but the technology behind the machines. Then
Mhm.
they tailor-made the technology for the fitness world,
Yeah.
and then you had So
Oh, it makes
that's
sense. Makes sense.
that does.
Yeah. One of the things that I find gives me energy is if I relax. Funny
So
enough.
how do you relax?
What I'm trying to implement at the moment is doing a little bit of solitude and just literally sitting there for 5 minutes, not thinking about anything, just
Mhm.
not engaging. Yeah, I find it great. I mean, it's hard because if you're on the go, what's that? Is that
It's
so?
called
Hang on a minute.
it's called
Is that,
it's called meditating. It's called meditating.
oh, sorry, right. I thought you were doing some kind of space sign or something. You know, like they do that. Oh, yeah, anyway, yeah. So
Go in peace. Go in peace, my galactic
yeah,
brother.
please, yeah, yeah. But
No,
okay, what else have we got?
that's called meditating. For choice of a better term, it's
Yeah, I mean,
meditating.
I do meditate. I mean, I meditate anyway.
But even just sitting in silence and not thinking, that's
Yeah.
meditation.
I also call that solitude. So you're not really thinking about anything. When I'm meditating, I'm thinking about meditating. I know it sounds strange, but I have to think about meditating. Otherwise, I think about my work. So,
If you want to, if you want to help with that, instead of thinking about meditating, an even better practice, and this elevates your energy levels up. It definitely does. Is when you're meditating, think of your breathing. Focus on your breathing, because
oh,
then
that was the next thing I was going to mention, actually.
then it's impossible to think of anything else.
Yeah, I know.
So
Doing
just
deep breathing. I mean, I do a lot of deep breathing and things like that.
good. Have you ever heard of fire breathing before?
Fire breathing?
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one that Tony Robbins does?
Yes.
Ah, yeah.
Like
Done
that.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do that 3 times over.
Get yourself in state. Get yourself in a good state.
Oh,
Not
you release.
not in a troubled state, but in a state where you're ready to go, and you know as well.
Basically start releasing DMT out of the brain.
Oh, okay.
And
What's
yeah.
DMT?
DMT is it's a natural chemical that the brain releases, which is like your hallucinogenic chemical that the brain releases. So, for example, like when people do ayahuasca and these other types of medicinal journeys or therapies, like San Pedro and things like that, it releases DMT in the brain. So
right.
when you do fire breathing, and there's another couple of other types of breathing, Wim Hof does a form of breathing as well. that releases DMT in the brain. So it's your it releases your.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. You're frozen. Okay. Hopefully I haven't frozen. So,
there you there you go.
Oh, you're back.
That was me, I
That's
think.
good.
I think
That's
that was
good.
me.
Yeah, that wasn't me. I was. Yeah, I think I've been fine here. So, yeah. So, I mean, look, you again, move a bit more, take power naps. I think a couple of things change things up, do things slightly different. Don't keep. I know we're after consistency. We're after being persistent or whatever it is that we're doing, whether it's a business or sport. But change things up a little bit. Okay, try something new. Eat something new.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't had things like quinoa.
Quinoa.
I love that now. It's my favourite word because somebody just learned how to say it. But seriously, I'm serious. I never. I mean, I ate it a few times. And I thought this is all right. This is not nice.
For years, I used to call it quinoa.
Yeah, well, I think
as you spell it, yeah.
And I went, so I'm going to have some quinoa. And I went, what's that? And until I saw the packet with the name on it, I went, oh, I eat that all the time. So anyway, we're running out of time. So anything else you can think of? So little tips for quick 10-minute energy thrusts, as it were.
If you have the opportunity, if you have the chance, have an ice cold shower for 5 minutes. That's going to boost your energy like you'll never believe. And if you can't do an ice cold shower, run your feet through cold water. Or also another great thing that I love to do is get like ice cold water from the tap and just run it through through your hair like this. Yeah, for the ladies, it's a bit more challenging because they typically have longer hair or styled or something like that.
About hair again. This is not fair.
Yeah, but for you, it's perfect. For you, it's perfect. Because there's nothing. There's nothing stopping the water.
Nothing stops. It just all runs down. Makes you wet.
Yeah, it's going straight to the scalp. That's what you want. So honestly, but yeah, I used to tell the trainers this. I used to say this to trainers. I used to say to them, when you've got like back-to-back sessions and you've had a heavy workout, like a session with a client who's just maybe like taking all your energy in like an energy vampire, or you're just tired, you're like feeling down and tired and low in energy, just take a 5-minute break, go to the toilet, wash your hands, rinse your face, rinse your head, and you come back and you'll be bright as new. But what it does is it actually cleans your energy. It basically refreshes your aura and your energy. So that helps you start off with a new slate. For example, like when you come home if you've gone out for the day and you've had a long day out somewhere, or you've been busy doing something, and you've had your mind focused on something in particular, when you come home, you just wash your hands, rinse your face out with cold water, wet your head with cold water, and you start fresh on a clean slate. It really works.
I'll have to try that.
It really works. Yeah.
I should do that at work.
Okay.
I used to do about 50 minutes work, have a break, have a cigarette break, but I didn't smoke, as I said to you before.
Yeah.
And I used to go in the obviously the loo and just sluice loads of cold water over me.
Yeah, good.
And then come back after about 10 minutes. And I'll tell you what, you sound. I mean, I having said that, I can actually work solidly for 3 or 4 hours without even looking up. Don't lose any energy whatsoever. And I'm happy, but I know it's not the most healthiest thing. So that's why I take breaks, not because I want to, because I know it's good for you.
It's good for you. True. Yes.
Anyway, it's been great. I think we've covered enough. I've got a little bit of a call to action for people. A little bit of a call to action, and it's a request, really, more than anything. And that is, I'm looking to work with some vegetarians and vegans, okay? And it's no big deal. I just want to talk to them about what they do and what they don't do, and what they like doing, what they don't like doing. So if there are any vegetarians or vegans on here, please let me know. And a way of getting in touch, whether we can do it on Facebook or Zoom. And so I just want to ask you some questions, really. So because I could go vegan, could go vegetarian, but I'm not sure I want to. But But
You
yeah,
still want to know about it.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's better when you're talking to someone who actually practices it rather than just
Yeah,
reading it and, you know. So, yes, it'd be exciting to work with some vegans. In fact,
fantastic.
if we got any vegan entrepreneurs on here, even better, because we could have you on the show and you could talk about it. And we'll even let you promote what you're doing business-wise.
Yes, of course. Why not?
You got to have some kind of an incentive. So anyway, we'll ring off. Thanks very much for listening to this or watching it, or both. And we look forward to speaking, with you next week, next Wednesday, and go and be successful at whatever it is you're doing. So have a great day. And Warren, do you want to say?
Yeah, and enjoy it most of all. Just enjoy it. Yeah, embrace every moment that you have. Don't let what's happening in the world around you distract you from what's
Don't let anything
important.
distract you.
Yeah, no distractions like Pringles
No
and
distractions.
stuff like that.
I don't eat them. I'm all right. So
And,
okay.
just enjoy the
next week.
process. Bye now. Have fun.
Yeah, stay on from it, Warren. We'll have a quick chat.
Cool, man.
Yeah, so see you next week.
Arrivederci.